up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Now in the presence of greatness. Yes, you can be honored by lateness. What's up, y'all? Go ape shit. What's up, y'all? I'm down here, honey. It's me. Trying to see what's going on. The sun is directly in my face. I'm jamming to the little Kanye West and getting my life. So I'm just down here, you know what I'm saying? Just down here talking about Real Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip. Yes. All right. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. I saw something on my face. All right, so we are down here, honey. My notes, I took notes, but I was like, I don't even know if I took really good notes. And I don't know if I'm going to remember all this dialogue. It was a lot of dialogue. Not too much conflict. They talked through a lot of their stuff. You know, Brandy let Dorinda know about her behavior. And I appreciate the way she talked to her they showed it like in a clip. They didn't show it actually happening, but whatever. It's all a clip, isn't it? Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you stopped by, honey. So let me go ahead and hopefully I'm just leaving my car running just for a little while because, oh, you know what? I don't need to do that. I could do that. All right, so we are starting on day 6. It's in the morning. Everybody is getting up. We remember the last night Brandy and Dorinda had got into it. So they have some things to discuss. Brandy says that she's not the type of person that can just let things go. If we get into an argument or something, you're not going to be able to call, like, tell me tomorrow, I'm sorry, and we're just past it. I thought it was actually quite funny that Brandy said that about Dorinda and Taylor said that about Brandy. Like, Brandy is also the same. Like, I can go off the rails one night and then the next morning be like, I'm so sorry about that. And then you're supposed to think that everything is okay. Hello. Happy Friday. It's Friday. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting that Brandy had that critique of Dorinda and Taylor had that critique of Brandy. Okay. So Dorinda and Jill, they have their conversation. They're sitting down talking. Dorinda is explaining she's not really a social person. She goes out when she has to. She'd rather stay home. She doesn't really do well in big groups. She's really happy that her and Jill cleared the air. They promised to make more time for each other. I guess put more effort into the friendship. Now they're sitting all at the table, getting their breakfast and their eggs and stuff like that. And they start talking about Dorinda's behavior the night before. And Vicky is sharing with us that she wanted to send Steve's daughter a birthday message or something like that. I don't know what it was for. I don't know if it's her birthday or congratulations or something, whatever it was. But she wanted to send a message to Steve's daughter, and Dorinda was like, don't do that. Don't do that from the backseat. That shit was so funny to me. Don't do that. Because if you do that, he's gonna think you still love him. It's gonna look like you love him more than he loves you. It's like, come on, Dorinda. You better be giving drunk ass advice, yo drunk ass. I love it. Don't do it. She had enough mind. And that's what she said to Vicky later, is like, I had an idea of you, and I think this happens a lot with a lot of people. She had an idea of Vicky, and when Vicky presented someone else, she was mad. Like, she was offended that she wasn't this strong woman, and the way that she was talking about Steve, she didn't know she was such a pick-me, basically. She didn't know her ass was a motherfucking pick-me. And she was like, girl, I was mad at you. Like, you weren't who I thought you were, basically. Vicky comes off as this strong person, she says, and just see her act like this over this man is just, it kind, she was like, that's not something that I should be concerned about. That's who you are. I can't control how you act. I used to get like, I still kind of get like that. I be getting mad, even though like you may have been stupid about a relationship or not made the smartest decisions in the relationship and you've outgrown that. I think it is just a part of like human nature, and you look back on something and you see like a behavior that you used to demonstrate a certain behavior, and now you're looking at someone else do it and now you're so disgusted by it. Tighten up. It happens like that. So I think Dorinda was just like, I thought you were somebody else, and it was kind of upsetting to me. And then like the anti-vax thing, I think that upset Dorinda too, on top of her being an extreme pick-me. Oh, she's such a pick-me. Yeah, that's what she was saying, every day, Vicky was talking about how she was over it. She was complaining. Everybody saw that. And then I think Tamara chimed in and was like, oh, well, I think she was like coming out of that. Oh, no, Brandy said that. I think she was coming out of that. I think she was kind of like getting better or whatever. And then she says that, well, Dorinda thinks that she can say shit to you and then apologize and then it'll be all better. And it's not easy like that. Some people need to talk it out. Brandy says she needs to talk it out. Dorinda sits down next to Brandy, and Dorinda says, I love you. She says, I love you too. Brandy got her under eye patches on and everything. It's in the morning, for real, which I think I like about these girls' trips is that, and I love that Tamara got Phaedra later. Like, I'm glad she did, because it allows the women to like be vulnerable. I like that they're talking about the times that they were on the show. Phaedra doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to talk about anything. Phaedra is just there to be an accessory that says something maybe funny or acts like, when I tell you I cannot stand Phaedra, like I was saying this morning on Twitter, she acts like she doesn't know how to balance whether she wants to be a church mother or a whore. And it's almost like, it's funny because when someone says something that could be considered sexual or risque or provocative, she acts like, oh my God. But then seconds later, she's making a sexual innuendo about something. Like, girl, decide who the fuck you want to be. Like, girl, and you can be both. That's another thing. You don't have to act like you're so, oh my God, I can't believe she's talking to me. What's a hot box? I thought a hot box was a vagina. Shut up, Phaedra. Like, Phaedra gets on my nerves. Phaedra really gets on my nerves. And I'm so glad that, Tamara was like, you don't talk about yourself. Tell me, like, what's going on? When it was time to talk about, your departure from the show, Phaedra just says her departure was bullshit because there's 3 sides to every story. She didn't get to tell her side of the story. Girl, your side of the story was going to be a lie anyway. We were not interested in hearing a lie. Sorry. We're just not. I cannot stand Phaedra Pars. I cannot stand her. I be looking at her like, you are so whack list. She on the whack list. She is on the whack list, girl. Whack. So she's like, I'm sorry. This is Dorinda. I'm sorry. I love you. I meant to say, and I think I feel like Dorinda was saying, what if someone said that about your son? What if someone said your son was dead? She said, what if your son was dead? That's what she said. Instead of saying, what if someone said that about your son? Right? And she was drunk and she was like, but that's not what you said. She was like, I know. That's why I'm apologizing. I did not say the right thing. I should have said this. This is what I was trying to say. And like, Dorinda knows what she's saying. She just, when you drunk, it's like, she's drunk enough to know what she's saying, but what's actually coming out, it doesn't always come out the right way because she's drunk. Drunk off her ass. Do you hear me? Brandy says, why are you so mad? Like, what is going on with you? Why are you so mad? And she was like, well, the thing between me and Jill is like, she was like, no, but you've like gotten into it with everybody. It's not just you and Jill. It's with everybody. You're getting into it with everybody. And, Dorinda says in her interview, I screwed up. I'm disgusted with my behavior. I'm trying to do things, she started getting emotional. I'm trying to do things right. And I think it would have been a better trip. I think they knew by, filming at Bluestone Manor, it was going to be crazy. It just is always like that every single time. I think they also knew that Dorinda was going to be uptight the whole time with the rules and everything like that. I think we would have got a better version of Dorinda if they had made the trip somewhere else. And I don't think it's fair because even when Brandy was like in the car, she was like, "You gonna be put on pause forever if you keep acting like this." Well, Andy is the one that said put on pause, right? We're gonna put you on pause from right now, girl. But then you get on Ultimate Girls Trip and you display even a more heightened behavior for the reason why you were probably let go anyways. Like you're angry. Is that what everybody is saying? As Dorinda gets older, she gets angrier. Um, they said something about not drinking today because people are getting saying the wrong things, and they're like, okay, they're sitting at the table and they're like, listen, nobody going below the belt, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. We can't do that. Phaedra's like, the things we need to get over, they're talking about things from their old seasons. It's stuff that you can like literally get over it, like literally get over it. And to me, I feel like get over it, because what is so serious that you're unable to get past it, and you're bringing stuff up from 9 and 10 years ago, and has it affected you that much? Like Taylor's issue with Brandy, they were like, ooh, Taylor took a turn last night, or she flipped a switch last night. She did. It was like, girl, what are you talking about? Anyway, so Eva says, I don't know about y'all. I'm drinking. I don't know what y'all talking about. It's not going to be no not drinking. I'm on vacation. I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm on vacation. And so there will be drinking. Vicky said, let people be. Just let people be who they are. And then that's when Dorinda was like, you're complaining. She came through the door complaining. And when you're coming into someone's home, you don't start critiquing it with these, ooh, are you scared to live in here? Oh my God, that chandelier is scary. It's like, girl. And then like, you already know, I don't think that Vicky watches any of the Housewives. I really don't think she's interested in anyone but what she got going on. I really don't. But you didn't see Dorinda. Like, Dorinda gets uptight. She wants to literally make it nice. She literally wants to make it nice. They just really should have had it someplace else. I really wanted to see a different Dorinda. I feel bad that she is acting like that. And I know she feels bad when she's looking back at it. Like, God damn. But Brandy told her, girl. She was like, girl. And Dorinda couldn't say nothing. She couldn't say nothing because you've been acting like, are you okay? Last night, Dorinda canceled. It's canceled. It's canceled. It's canceled. I'm canceled. Anything that I planned, it's just canceled. Okay, just forget it. Just cancel it. Cancel it. Cancel it. It's just cancel. Okay. Dorinda was so fucking drunk. She was like, just cancel it. Anything I planned, cancel it. So they're gonna have wine tasting, and they're gonna have Christmas dinner in what they said, Christmas in September. I think that's what they said. Tamra and Vicky are upstairs. Tamra's trying to cry again. She's trying to make her. I just don't understand. I just feel uptight with her, and she's trying to cry again. Like, girl, calm down, Tamra. Vicky and Phaedra came in there. She was like, "Are you crying?" What the fuck are you crying about? What the hell are you crying about now, girl? And so Vicky, they talked about Vicky always being like, everybody's gonna die, we're all gonna die, this is stuff like that. That's funny because I think that was the name of Lauren London's the name of the podcast with Angie Martinez's podcast. I think it was called "We're All Gonna Die." I think that's what it was called. So that's so funny because I put "We're All Gonna Die" right here, and that's what Vicky used to always be like saying, what if we just die? Like, what if tomorrow we just die?" You see how different she looked? Y'all see that thing on the community page of Vicky's faces? That was one of her first face. Vicky didn't have really good skin. When she first came on, she had like, her skin was, now in the confessional, she has on like a red blazer and she got on some lashes and stuff. I said, she looks pretty good. She looks pretty good. I'm gonna have to give it to her. But Tamara looks pretty good. Tamara looks good, because, the girls age like salad in a bag. But they do. Bitch, they be aging. And Vicky looks pretty good. I on one of the episodes, Eva was going a little overboard. It was like, "Oh, girl, you look good for almost." They say almost 70? What they say? Almost 60. How old is Vicky Gunvalson? Let me see how old. Vicky Gunvalson. She's 60 years old. Okay, not 70. Because if she was 70, I would be like, okay, yeah, she does look good for 70. That looks really good. But 60? Yeah, 60 years old. Remember Don? That was another one. Don, he was, anyways, we don't get into Don, honey. Jill and Taylor, we have some unresolved issues. Taylor says that, not Jill, what's the girl's name? Brandy. I put Jill. We have some unresolved issues, and Brandy can't say I'm sorry. She just can't say I'm sorry and then expect it to be okay. So that was the time I was like, oh, okay, just like Dorinda. The same complaint that Brandy has about Dorinda, Taylor has about her. Yeah, last night they laid on the bed. Last night Taylor flipped a switch. I don't know what was going on with her. They were like, yeah, it's like, but it's old stuff, and it's like you're bringing up something, one, it does not concern you. You feel like it's something about her character, but then it was like later on she tried to kiss her. It was just really weird. I don't know, is she attracted to her? I don't know what is going on with Taylor. But Taylor, you are a married lady. Aren't you married? Out there kissing. Everybody was like, ooh, what's going on? Phaedra and Tamara, they go outside. They're getting some fresh air. I don't know what they're doing. They're walking outside. Tamara tells Phaedra she's very private. She doesn't talk about herself. She was like, so tell me, like, talk to me. She's trying to talk to her, like, tell me what's going on with this guy that you're seeing. You said you were in love with him or whatever. Tell me about him, and like, what happened with your divorce, and how many times you've been married. Like, she's asking her. She was like, well, we got divorced twice. And she was like, what happened? Bitch, she said Apollo appealed the divorce. You ain't leaving me, bitch. Apollo's raggedy ass appealed the divorce, and so they got a divorce again. She said it's a very small percentage of people who appeal divorces, and the judge actually, accepts it or grants it. And she was like, they did. She was like, we got divorced twice. That's some shit, and we didn't even know that about Faith. Nobody knew that. I mean, maybe people in the blogs or something, but don't nobody know that about Phaedra. Apollo appealed the divorce. Maybe y'all did. I don't fuck with Phaedra, so I don't really be keeping up with her. But that was funny to me. I was like, girl, what? And she said, well, why did he appeal the divorce? Girl, I don't know. Like, girl, talk. Like, I don't know. And, Phaedra is a Scorpio, and they do a lot of observing. They don't talk a lot about themselves unless they really trust you. And that's just what it is. But on top of that, Phaedra is just a sneaky little troll bitch. That's all. And so it's not like, girl, just talk about yourself. Yes, I'm seeing a physician. We're seeing each other. He's really good with the kids. Like, just talk. And it's like, and I said online yesterday, it's like for her to be a lawyer, you would think she would have better conversational skills. So much that she can have a real fulfilling conversation with someone and still not tell them any of her business. Like, where are your conversation skills? You talk, I'm a wordsmith. Remember when she be like, I'm a wordsmith. So talk, bitch. Talk about your life. You don't have to tell everything. Yeah, I'm seeing a physician. You don't have to say what type of damn medicine he practices or anything like that. I can't say who he is on these cameras. Okay. Girl, she's so whack to me. And then Tamara started trying to talk about Dorinda, child. She was like, I've been through a divorce too. She says, I think Dorinda is angry. I don't know why she's so angry. I don't know if it had to do with her marriage or not being married. She didn't mention anything like that. Anyways, they get to the winery. They're sitting at the table. Vicky sits next to Dorinda. She was like, I don't even know why I need to sit next to Dorinda. Why? Before they, and here we go again. Before they start the day, Phaedra brings her prayer book. She got her prayer book out. She opens the page starts praying, and then she starts crying and getting emotional about whatever it is that she's talking about, child. And she, everybody's like, okay, that's great. Everybody held hands. We're gonna have a good day. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna hit below the belt. We're going, we are about to drink, right? So let's everybody make a conscious effort and not, and try to be on their best behavior. Okay. Let's talk about our departure stories, right? So they're going around the table, and Phaedra, you go first. Phaedra doesn't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. She said it was a crock. It's a BS. Only one side was told. Only whose side? Portia's side? Because Portia said that you told her. So was it Candy's side? Because Candy really don't have nothing to do with it. It was told about Candy. So what other story was told, Phaedra? Shut your ass up. You was trying to get back at that woman for siding with Apollo. Her and her husband for holding Apollo shit. And in true Scorpio nature, you laid in wait until you were able to sting that bitch. And that's how you got back at her. Oh, well, now I'm the villain. Yes, bitch, you been the villain. And this whole time you had everybody thinking it was Kenya, you and your little crooked ass husband. Yes, I just never understood how the fuck. It baffled me how the hell y'all believed Apollo, the fucking felon, over the beauty queen. The goddamn lawyer taking cash money in the parking lot. Oh, you believed a lawyer and a felon over a beauty queen? And the whole time he was lying. And then you turn around and lied on Candy, trying to get back at her. Girl, what side of the story, Phaedra? Well, tell the side then. Tell it, because Brandy was talking about Denise and them, and Tamara was telling how Denise tried to hit on her and stuff. Tell it. Tell it. What are you going to do what's going to happen by telling you already gone? Like, that's so dumb to me. I do not like Phaedra Parks. Ugh. Just when she was doing that, I was like, girl, what side are you talking about? Shut your ass up. Well, Dorinda says, well, I was put on pause. Brandy said, listen, we're going to have to stop this. I feel like you're in denial. I feel like, well, that's what Andy said to me. That's what Andy said to me. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying you're fired. That's just a nice way of saying you're fired, Dorinda. You old enough to know that. That's why it's a denial. You're like in denial. You old enough to know what put on pause means. Girl, you've been fired. You've been released of your duties. Okay. She said, and then she says, we're all rooting for you. But when you drink, it's a little much. Oh, look at the rainbow. That's why I thought I saw a rainbow in the corner of my eye. The sprinklers are on. Oh, it went away. The sprinklers are on, you catch a rainbow. Anyway, Yeah, she was like, girl, we are rooting for you, but if you keep acting like this, you're going to get put on pause forever. And Dorinda's sitting in the back seat. Yeah, bitch, you better be nervous. Because I know you want to come back. Jill wants to come back. I know Jill has only been on there for 4 years. Jill really didn't have anything. She was just like, what she said her departure story was, hear this, went through it too, don't drink. Oh, that's what Brandy was saying. You need to listen. Like, I went through it too. I was let go. Everybody has gone through this. Listen. Because Brandy was, when I tell you Brandy Glanville was off the rails. Crazy. Like, you always talk about how, Atlanta Housewives, and she need to be beat up several times. We don't condone violence, but she needed to get her ass kicked several times. Like, girl, you doing the most. So she's coming from a place like, girl, I did the most and I know how it feels. Listen to me when I say, get your shit together or you going to be put on pause forever. And that's just how it is. We're rooting for you. What is your favorite moment about the time on your show? Phaedra talks, both of her children were birthed on TV. Eva said the time that Michael went and changed Marley's last name to his name, officially changed her last name. That was really good and very honorable. It's so honorable. I got emotional watching Eva retell that, because she's like free of that terrorist. Oh, and shout out to fucking Michael Sterling for just doing the right thing by a child. It don't have nothing to do with Eva. Just doing the right thing by the child. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Vicky, when she went in her son's, woohoo! She came in. Her son was like, "What? Get your ass out of here!" They had Vicky doing what is it? Cake stands. She went and visited her son. She's like, all the things that it had to do with my family and stuff like that. There's no way that Vicky should ever get back with Brooks. Brooks told Vicky's daughters, Vicky's son-in-law, that if he needed to beat his wife, then he needed to do that. Didn't he say something like that? He needed to put hands on her, then he needed to do so? Yeah, Brooks wasn't shit. I remember that story because she was mad. Like, you told my husband to like hit me, basically. That's what the daughter, Vicky's daughter, said. Phaedra, they said their favorite moment for Phaedra was, when she was doing her funeral home, when her and Apollo was in business and cahoots together. You do your thing and we can listen. It only makes sense. I'm stealing identities. You dealing with dead bodies. I mean, come on. It doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist, okay? Dorinda sits down. The first thing she says, "I'm not a bad person." Y'all, can y'all stop saying that? Because that's really you trying to convince yourself. I'm really a great person. I'm a good person. I'm not a bad person. Well, girl, the experiences that people are having with you are bad. You're not a bad person, but the experience, girl, it's bad. It's bad. She says, "Vicky, you just deserve so much." And I was literally offended by your desperation. Like, you're so desperate. She's like, "I don't want to be alone either." But girl, I thought you were stronger than that. Like, you don't have to deal with that. Like, this man has went to your second home, your vacation home in Mexico, and is telling you to come down there. And then I'm getting conflicting stories. Y'all don't hear the conflicting stories, right? Tamara says all Vicky does is talk about sex. Vicky later says, "I'm such a prude." Them conservative white women, I'm telling you, they be slammed up against Velcro walls and hanging upside down from the goddamn chandeliers, okay? Hanging. I'm a prude. All Vicky does is talk about sex. Which is it? Which is it? Christmas in September. Let me see if I missed anything. Eva jumping on Brandy's back and they fell. Christmas in September. The house was so pretty. Christmas decorations are pretty. They can be pretty. We like lights and, bulbs and stuff like that. Some people don't celebrate Christmas, but Christmas decorations can, if you do them right, they can really be beautiful. Christmas trees, some Christmas trees, you'd be like, wow, like that's amazing how you decorated that tree. People's houses and lights and globes and all of this other stuff. So Dorinda's house is really nice, nicely decorated. She brought in two teams, one to bring in the stuff and then one for the people to set it up. Brandy and Denise, they get into that conversation. Was it she hit it and quit it? She ghosted her. She said she was kind of like thrown off that she just stopped talking to me. Man, I think she might be ashamed of what she did, because she came from like a religious background. So she might be one of those people like with the shame of religion. After they have sex, they're just like, oh my God, it's so gross. I need to go take a shower. This is so gross. There are a lot of people like that, and it comes from their religious indoctrination, and with this idea that something is wrong with sex and sex is a bad thing. But in your humanity, you desire pleasure, and you're getting pleasure from another human being, and then but you're told that you can't do this, and so now it's like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed, I'm going to hell. And so you act funny with people. So she probably ghosted her. She probably felt funny about it, right? She felt funny about it. And she said, she called Tamara after all of that. And Tamara said, I believed, at first she said, I believe, because I wrote Denise. She said, I believe Denise. And she was like, and I really hate that you got a bad rap for that. And then Brandy was like, well, what do you mean? She was like, they said, well, you said that you believe Denise. And she was like, no, I misspoke. I believe Brandy. And they were like, okay, so why do you believe me? She was like, because she hit on me at BravoCon. Denise be trying to get it in. She hit on me at BravoCon. She kept trying to invite her back, and she was like, girl, I am married, girl. I'm married. So, and remember, that's what Brandy said, that Denise was like, you cannot tell Aaron. You cannot, even though Aaron was like, we're down with the threesome thing, or I'm down. Like, they were down with it, but for some reason, I don't know. Like, I think it's a shame thing. I really do believe it's like a religious shame thing with Denise Richards. Yeah, I do. Tamara said, they asked, who would you have sex with out of the women in the group? Tamara, who'd she say? Who did Tamara say? Brandy said Eva. And a lot of people were saying Eva. They were like, Eva is so fine. Eva is so beautiful. And then Eva was walking around in her little bodycon dress. Hello. She looks so fine. I was like, bitch. And then but the thing is, Eva know it. That she knows it. Okay, Scorpio. She knows it. And she walks in, she was like, what? And she like, I was like, come on, Eva, bitch. You know you look good, bitch, and I ain't mad about it. I am not mad about it. I love every minute of it. She was like, what? What are you saying, girl? You know they talking about how fine you are. Stop playing. It's okay. It's okay. She knows it too. Eva looked good. What I wrote, I think I wrote it somewhere. Eva looks good. I wrote it up there. She did. So everybody, they said Phaedra. And then Jill was mad because nobody said that they wanted. She said nobody wanted to have sex with her, so she was mad about it. She was offended. She was like, no, I'm still mad. She was like, I was mad that nobody said they wanted to have sex with me. Nobody said they wanted to have sex with Taylor. It was Phaedra, Brandy, and Eva that they wanted to have sex with, and Tamara. And then, of course, Vicky, Brandy was like, Vicky, basically, I can turn your ass out. I can show you what the fuck is going on. Just give me a second or whatever. Vicky, she's strictly dickly. She only wants to be with men. She's very adamant about that. She's always been like that. She was like, no. I only like men. I only like men. And, what she said, but if they were like, come on, Vicky, if you would sleep with anybody, who would it be? And she was like, Brandy. Right? She was like, Brandy later. Brandy was like, girl, if you just let me do I was like, Brandy is a fool. Brandy's like, just let me, what was she saying to her? You gotta try it. When I tell you Brandy was fucking with Vicky, that shit was so funny to me. Vicky was so nervous. But see, it's you could, a thin line, you know what I'm saying? Brandy, some people can just go overboard. Like, she started sitting on Jill's lap, giving Jill a lap dance. And then she went over to Vicky. And then she was like, Vicky, just give me a kiss. Just give me a kiss on the lips. Just give me a kiss. Vicky was like, no, like backing her head up like that. And then she just ended up kissing her on the lips. Girl, stop, Brandy. The lady is visibly uncomfortable. It was funny, but you know, you could see how things can take a turn. You know what I'm saying? You really can. And Brandy seems to have an issue with boundaries. I find that a lot of women like her do. They have issues with boundaries. I don't know if it's a colonizer DNA code, but you just don't respect boundaries. But that's what Brandy gives. She's one of those girls. Um, Taylor tells Brandy she has love for her. She realized she had love for her when she didn't understand why she was so mad that of, you know, a situation that happened with them. Whatever, you want to fuck her. That's what it sounds like to me. Vicky says she needs to be taught because she's a prude. Again, it's giving you're a liar. You're not a prude. You're not a prude. It was just the chemistry between you and Brooks. You're not a prude. I went from having sex all the time to not having sex at all. You're not a prude. I cannot stand that act that women do. I cannot stand it. Stop acting like that. Everybody got here by fucking, okay? Stop acting like you're a prude. Stop it. Because I'm getting mixed messages, okay? Jill said, no one wants to have sex with me. She was so offended. Dorinda says she's not drinking too much at dinner because she's just really disgusted with her behavior. She wants to make sure she's in her right mind and all this other stuff. They go outside. They go sit outside. They got a snow machine. It starts snowing. All the girls were outside. It was really cute. It starts snowing. They're like, oh my God, look at the snow. And then Jill was like, oh my God, it's snowing outside. They ran outside. Then they did the white elephant where, you know, you pick a gift and then you could take it from someone. There was a Gucci scarf, some lotion, a vibrator. Vicky got the vibrator. Tamara got her Gucci scarf back. It was from Eva. Brandy, what was Brandy? Did you see how Brandy was tipping down the stairs? They were like, where is Brandy? She was like, I had to use the bathroom. And then she was tipping down the stairs. That bitch was fucked up. Ooh, I fucking love. And the one good thing about it, they can get so drunk they don't have to drive anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's another good thing. They don't have to go like anywhere. She was tipping down those stairs like, okay, let me get down the stairs, girl. She was trying to give a lap dance to Vicky. Vicky said, I'm a professional businesswoman. She is, though. She is. She is a life insurance person. She sells life insurance. So she has to keep up a certain, you know, image. She does. She does. I give it because she's so uptight, though. I wish Vicky would loosen the fuck up. Because anytime it's the thing. I think there's just this idea that women are supposed to, something about sex and women, you're not supposed to outwardly, it's almost like you're not supposed to outwardly say that you enjoy sex. It's like you have to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you do that. Oh my God. And you be doing it. You be doing all the shit that you are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. And you be doing it. But I think it's like a signal that like, oh, it's letting everybody know, but you really be doing it. It's fake. It's so fake. Yeah, they was giving lap dances and stuff. Dorinda, she was taking off her shirt. She was dancing. I like Dorinda's that top she had on. Phaedra came out in that red dress and that little hat thing, and Phaedra is giving clown. I'm sorry. It just doesn't go. It literally every time looks like she has on a costume. Who are you, Phaedra Parks? Anyways, girl, we don't fucking care. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Have a happy Friday. There is a show coming on HBO Max called Hot Shit. It's an Issa Rae production. And I'm going to watch the first episode to see if we're going to talk about it. It's Issa Rae, so you know what it's giving about these two girls it almost gives me, it gives me like a City Girls vibe. Like these two girls are trying to become, they're going to go to Miami and become rappers or something or whatever. So I think I want to see it. And there's something else that's on Hulu. I think it's called Everything's Trash. I think I wanted to watch that. Y'all let me know if you've started watching. I think it just premiered on Hulu. Everything's Trash. The lead is a black woman. So I wanted to watch that. I think that's it. Anyways, y'all take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace. Ooh, 40.